Peace and blessings, y'all. It is officially Friday. It's vacation day. Well, Staycation day. We're going on staycation for about 2 days, about 2.5 days. So, this will probably be the last episode. And we might do one, as I was saying, as you'll hear me say during the episode. Because we got like a 2-hour drive to where we're going. So, we'll probably have conversation in the car, you know what I mean? So be checking for an episode, you know, Friday evening or Saturday morning or whatever. Everyone stay safe, enjoy your Labor Day weekend, and enjoy this music to kick it off. This is Flea Lord. Flea Lord. Let's see what Flea Lord talking about.
What I'm doing is I need to just put more of the information that I know into my music, because I've been holding back a lot. And the reason I've been holding back a lot is just simply because I don't want to turn off a lot of my fans, man. My fans on the street, my fans in the hood. And I gotta have the right approach with the shit that I'm trying to say.
Okay. Yeah. I did it once, I could do it again. I drew a clear view in the booth with a pen. Get up close and I'm roofing your chin. Plus my coupe lost the roof when it blew in the wind. My soul pure, but this music is sin. I flew in with my brothers, well, you flew with your friends. It's 7 in the Sprinter, plus it's 2 in the Benz. Knock another town down, we gon' do it again. Pink salmon, white rice, keep gambling hot dice. Lord Ma, we don't even freeze for the cop lights. When I'm high, I can hear the souls talking to me. Gold lost his legs, but he can still walk through me. When Fleet called for duty, it sound like a war movie. It's yours truly. I remember Coke was pure beauty. Bring it back to the army jacket. 7 grams started packing. Quarterback at 8 ball in the side pocket. Quarter traffic. Rain on no silver road. The game's going colder. They start chatting when they name on the folder. While you broke, you still worry about who chain more golder. The general gonna try to put the blame on the soldier. I be cooking pancakes while looking at landscape. You put it in your man's fake, we shook him like a handshake. My team set the rules and give the mandates. Plant-based smoking on that shit that leave you clan-baked. My fan been straight, my advance was 10 plates. My advance was 10 watts. So when we in the stew, we just dance and sip grapes. We dance and sip grapes. Left waist, legs tied on my 5th state. When I tell you he a bitch, it ain't for clickbait. Pockets full of that Draymond Green. Your favorite rapper beefing, whoa, that's a fiend on fiend. If the war's closing in, I'm finding a way out. Some dummies lost it all, just trying to regain clout. Risk taker, you gon' try to fake it with your bitch paper. Click major, tell you that they love you for a quick favor. They gon' tell you that they love you for a quick favor. They gon' tell you for a quick favor.
Peace and blessings.
It's like, girl, you looking like sunshine in my eyes, and I give you the world. Hey, this whole world full of lies, so baby, don't you love me? It's an issue. It's who when I'm gone, so baby, don't you love me? It's an issue. Who gon' miss who when I'm gone? I gotta hit you with the whoa. Hold your horses, we can force this, or just take it so slow. Hey, I got a cold girl, she fuck bitches, she bipolar, still a cold world. Take your pictures, I'm iced over, I've been so thorough. Cut for this cloth, for we die slow, and want some new things. Just the effects of us getting older, like new bitch, new whip, new whips, new hit, new bitch with all distractions. I saw it pass, and I saw my passion, I saw it crash, and I saw me grabbing the air. When you realize you're reaching out, but no one's actually there. They all selfish, no one actually cares. My well-being's like wells being depleted, but I'm gasping for air. That's this oxymoronic stress, I gotta smoke chronic, and the odds been more on it than the dot don't know honest, and the world is so cold. You feel it in your bones.
And so after we've eaten all the food and traveled here and traveled there,
This is the great Neely Fuller Jr. Just talking about, racism, stereotypes, who runs the system. 9 times out of 10 it's going to be a white person. I'm just saying, I'm not, saying anything like, I'm not saying all bad white people are bad. I think people understand that now. But I will be honest and discuss who's controlling things, who's running things. You know what I mean? And that's part of the reason why Kamala can't get up there and say she's going to specifically do this for black and brown people. She can't do that. Y'all know how she feels about immigration and migrants. She's a brown woman. Of course she wants, people to be able to come here. But she can't say that. She has to tiptoe around and make everyone happy. Because she knows if she says the wrong thing about immigration, she won't get elected. But you're hearing Donald Trump change his stance on things. He shot down Roe. He's the one who got rid of Roe v. Wade, basically. And now he's trying to change his stance on it. But when Kamala has a change of mind or feels different about something, they want to talk shit about her. But when Trump does it, it's okay. That's bullshit. I thought it was a good thing for an individual to be able to change their mind. But see, here's the thing, here's the difference. Kamala's going to be more believable. You know what I'm saying? Trump has no track record of positivity or doing anything good for anyone. You know what I mean?
We've told people that you come in and buy this little bag and you'll be somebody. Why? Why if I buy this bag, I'll be somebody?
Play about 2 minutes, y'all.
I said so. With your dumb self.
This is a white man being disrespectful to white people.
What I say is valuable is valuable.
To black
and
people.
I got a little bag here with my name on it, and that's valuable. And you should work for 50 years to try to get one of these bags. And then you can take it down and show it to your other dumb black people, all right? And they'll kill you for it. And that's a part of my business, too.
He's speaking as if, if it's a white man saying these things, in case people are wondering.
About black people.
And I'll put my name on the side of some shoes that I make, and I'll get you killed for that. Because that's what I train you all to do, to worship whatever I give you and tell you that it's worth something, and you'll kill each other for it. And that's a part of my plan. Mm-hmm. But every now and then, I get tired of the whole thing. I mean, I do so much of it, I get sick of myself. So I just check out. So what? I mean, because, hey, because I can. I'm a master. So if I decide that I don't want to breathe no more, I just stop breathing. So what? Because I like death anyway. I like to see dead things. Mostly dead things in the form of black bodies. I like to see them dead.
He's talking about that white supremacist man.
Neely Fuller, who wrote the textbook for victims of racism a number of years ago, in the late mid-70s, he used to say in the system, because he was the first person to talk about racism as a system, and he said that as the system of racism, white supremacy moves on, the system is going to have black men wearing dresses. Now, to hear that in the 70s, people said, oh, this is way out. And here we are. You see, there's some black pediatricians who are saying we are developing epidemic levels of the effeminization of young black males. Well, I say the pants sagging down is just subconscious invitation for homosexuality. You see, it's revealing the buttocks.
No, I'll disagree with that. Like people like pants sagging and all that stuff like that, and how that started off in prison, that's BS. Because I've been to prison. That ain't, people don't sag their pants in prison. If you're sagging, for one thing, you don't have pants in prison for the most part. You know what I'm saying? In county jails, you're in orange jumpsuits. You know what I'm saying? So for one thing, a lot of times it's basically a onesie. You don't even have the ability to sag your pants and all that. So her trying to link that to, like, that's, yeah. Yeah, don't believe that shit. It's just something people do. Do I approve of it? No. Like, I don't sag my pants and stuff like that. I think it looks silly. You know what I mean? But to, like, associate that with gayness and all that, nah, that's a stretch. But back to the clip.
See, so the pants are getting lower and lower and lower. The next step is to step out of the pants altogether. And so you step out of the pants.
But I ain't gonna lie, I will be honest. You do see, because I'm older. I'm not old or anything, but I'm older. I've been around for a minute, and I will admit nowadays, you do see, not just with black people, you see it in all races. Like, you do see, like, men, I don't even know if I want to say calling it dressing feminine, but, like, some of the hairstyle, like, everyone has, like, dreadlocks nowadays, or, well, they're not actually dreadlocks, but, like, everyone has, like, seems not everyone, but a lot of people, like, have their hair longer, and, like, these, I don't know, it's just different. It's just different. You know what I mean? But to each their own, and that's the thing, though. Like, no matter how you feel about stuff, you can't, like, with the LGBTQ plus and all that, like, you can't, like, I'm not gonna lie, I used to be homophobic. I'll just be 1,000% transparent. I used to be very homophobic. Like, I never went out of my way and, like, to, like, say disrespectful stuff to gay people in their face or do anything, like, never. But in my head, you know, you would say stuff about people or whatever, but, like, that's changed. You know, let people love who they love. Like, their lifestyle isn't infringing on me. It's not affecting my life. You know what I mean? So when I see people, like, really, like, going after that community and making their life hard, it's just like, my question to people like that would be like, how is that affecting your life personally? Like, it's not your thing. Let them be. Like, we're all different. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah. But I agree with about 90% of what Mr. Neely Fuller talks about, though. But like I said, I will admit, though, you do see a lot of more people of all races just dressing more, I guess, feminine, you know, or whatever. So, you know, that's different to see. You know what I mean? But, yeah, back to the episode.
You're going to put on a dress. Your feminization is an essential ingredient of white genetic survival. And the only thing that can prevent it is black people becoming conscious or becoming determined that this is not going to happen to them, because if the black men are destroyed, then the black people are gone. And we have a state of genocide.
It never should have happened. Owed down by Darrell Brooks. Just days earlier, Brooks was arrested for trying to run over his girlfriend with
In the last 500 years, black people in this area of the world, we can say that there's no such thing as black culture. What there is what the system of racism, white supremacy programs black people to do. You see, in other words, if the system of racism, white supremacy says You are not going to be scientists. You are not going to be highly functioning doctors and lawyers and teachers. You are not going to have stable family life. You are not going to respect sex. Now, your role is to entertain me. So you can jump up and down and sing. You can dance. And yes, you're good at sports. You can do that in some venues. That's what I'm going to allow you to do. I'm not going to allow you to have stable communities. Because if you have a Tulsa, Oklahoma, I'm going to burn that down.
No, I agree. I agree with what she's saying 1,000%. Because when she's talking about, like, with the white man, you know, saying what I'm going to allow you to have, what I'm going to... Because even though slavery is over, well, it's truly not over. I'm a slave of the state because I'm still on parole. You know what I mean? I have an inmate number. You know how cows have, like, the number, that tag on their ear? I have a number. I have an inmate number. I know it by heart. 256. I won't read the rest of it, but anyways. Yeah, but what she's talking about is accurate. Because just because slavery is over, you know, white people can still hold you down and shoot down opportunities and make it harder for you. Whether it's giving you a home loan, whether it's recognizing that your job application, you know, your name is Jerome Williams. You know what I'm saying? They can shit on you that way. Oh, Jerome Williams, this is a black guy. Throw his application in the garbage. So, there's ways. Let me pull this black guy over. He's got a Newport cigarette hanging out his mouth. He probably smokes weed, too. Let me pull him over and see what he's doing wrong. So, that's how they can still control things. By, like, you know, stifling your opportunities, by not giving you that loan, by not giving you that job. You know what I mean? And for people that are saying migrants are coming over getting stuff and shit like that, because, you know, people are complaining. They're saying, oh, well, you know, they're coming over here and they're getting this and that, and we're supposed to be getting this. Well, here's the thing. If they're getting stuff that you feel you should be getting or whatever, then that means that the people you think should be giving it to you, that means they haven't given it to you yet. If you're still asking for it, that means it's still sitting there and they had no plans of giving you shit anyways. You see what I'm saying? But we got to be better with that, recognizing, like, you know, as a black and brown people, like, yeah, I'm not even going to get all into it, but y'all know how I feel about that. Peace, y'all. You know, a little Styles P on the way out. Thanks for listening, y'all. Peace. This is Styles P. It's called Money Change You. Money changes you.
Coming through the storm in the Ralph Lauren rain suit. You salute or you shoot, berets. They say I drop juice, but they never get the appraisal. Went through his back, but it started at his navel. You your brother's keeper, but can't kill Abel. Ship is stable, then it got fatal. Now mama praying to Jesus. Low homie loading the trade. About to roll around in the great coupe. Like it's 83 in Beirut.
Thanks for listening, y'all. It is Friday.
Pedophile alert. Officer Matthew Farwell charged with murder and rape after years of cover-up. 3 years ago, the death of Sandra Birchmore was ruled a suicide. Matthew Farwell, a Massachusetts police officer, met Sandra, met Sandra when she was just a child in a police youth program. From the age of 15, he began grooming her, exploiting his position of authority. After years of Matthew raping Sandra, she became pregnant. Instead of facing the consequences for being a pedophile and a child rapist, Farwell strangled Sandra, staging her death to look like suicide.
Committed statutory rape by having sex with her 3 years after a young pregnant woman's death was ruled a suicide. A former police officer is now charged with killing her.
Federal prosecutors say former Stoughton police officer Matthew Farwell killed that 23-year-old young woman in an attempt to cover up what they say was years of sexual abuse that started when she was just a teen in a youth police program.
When it became clear to Mr. Farwell that he could no longer control Sandra Birchmore, he allegedly silenced her permanently.
These are the moments the FBI SWAT team took 38-year-old former Stoughton police officer Matthew Farwell into custody this morning. He's facing one federal charge, murder of a victim or witness.
Matthew Farwell's gun and badge did not grant him authority to violate the Constitution, and it certainly didn't entitle him to sexually exploit, abuse, and rape a child before killing her and her unborn baby in an attempt to cover up his alleged crimes.
Federal investigators say Farwell met Sandra Birchmore when she was a child at the Stoughton Police Explorer Academy, a youth program for young people interested in law enforcement.
He befriended Sandra Birchmore, contacted her online, went to the library with her, became friends on Facebook, essentially groomed her. And then he committed statutory rape by having sex with her when he was a 27-year-old police officer and she was just 15 years old.
Federal prosecutors say for 8 years, Farwell continued to have sex with Birchmore until she got pregnant at 23 years old with a child they say is his. Fearing she would tell people about the years of sexual abuse, investigators say Farwell strangled the young woman, staging her death to look like a suicide.
He allegedly attempted to cover his tracks to literally try and get away with murder, and he almost did. Till today.
Now, Farwell pleaded not guilty in court today. If convicted, he would face life in prison or even death.
Nice. Hope he gets the death penalty.
I said I hope so too.
Yep, that's the white crime for tonight, y'all. Peace and enjoy your Labor Day or Labor Day weekend. Be safe. Pack your patience.
All kinds of different lines that I think maybe people might not realize. Race, class, even the political spectrum. There's even a character in your book who got into QAnon when he was 7 years old. How are you seeing these conspiracy theories take hold this election cycle?
I think there's an assumption that conspiracy theories, especially at the QAnon level, only appeal to people who are stupid, ignorant, crazy. We hear a lot of worse terms than that. But really, conspiracy theories meet different needs for different people, and especially ahead of an election cycle, we're seeing a lot of very powerful people, influencers, elected leaders, weaponizing conspiracy theories for their own gain, whether for profit or politics reasons. And it's really having a devastating effect on so many families across the country who are having these partisan divides deepened and deepened, and having people who they love and respect and know to be kind and decent and good drifting into these rabbit holes that make so little sense to them.
What did you find makes people particularly vulnerable to QAnon and conspiracy theories?
In my reporting, I profile 5 families in the book, but I spent 3 years talking to hundreds of families, and I really wanted to understand how do ordinary people end up in a space like QAnon, because again and again we're seeing that happen. It's not just the stereotypical crazy guy who falls into QAnon. There are a lot of, even in my book, we have a very educated lawyer who gets into QAnon, and I think what unites all of these believers is not a low IQ per se. It's that there's something unfulfilled in their life. They either feel like they're lacking a sense of belonging, a sense of community, a sense of purpose. Being in QAnon, being a digital soldier, as they like to call themselves, that makes people feel good. It gives a lot of people a reason to get up and get out of bed every day and feel like they're fighting this big war that Donald Trump is waging against the so-called...
I don't understand why the fuck they don't fight these white racist groups like they used to fight gangs. They used to like straight up have gang task force and all that stuff. You know, y'all heard about that? Anyone that's been living for a little while? Man, they used to, you know what I'm saying?
About what is drawing people to this. We appreciate that.
But I would argue that gangs ain't doing half to some of the shit that these QAnons and these Proud Boy groups and all that shit. Man, they're dangerous.
Where the Sun Belt numbers and Sun Belt states take us through the battlegrounds really could make a big difference in all this. Take a look at this. There's no.
So I thought in general, right? I thought it was a good thing. Well, I know it's a good thing to change your mind, to change how you think. I think overall, for the most part, people get their values at a young age. We don't always recognize, like it takes time. It takes some people longer than it does to figure out all that kind of stuff, like what's truly important, what, you know, having your priorities in order and all that kind of stuff, right? But I feel like for the most part, we develop our values and kind of who we're about and all that kind of stuff pretty young on, right? Pretty young on before we're adults. So, but like, we grow and change though too, right? Like we change our mind about things. We find out information about things. We take constructive criticism. People shed light on stuff, may give you a different view or outlook, or you may just go off somebody's personal experience. Like, you know, like if it's a family member or something like that, you know, it may take you a while to appreciate down the road, like, you know, what a single mother went through, or what a single dad went through, or what it's like, you know what I'm saying, for a mother to raise 2 boys in the home with no father around, or vice versa, or someone that's being, you know, raised by a guardian or an auntie or an uncle or whatever, or, you know, whatever, right? But we shape our values, I feel pretty much from a young age, but as you grow and get older, you're always supposed to remain teachable, right? Like, so my point is, like, someone that's 60 years old or someone that's 70 years old, like, they should be able to learn something new, or to be willing to do something a different way, or maybe not have everything go your way all the time. I had to change my thinking so my life would be better, because I was making horrible choices in the past. You know what I mean? So I guess my point is, you know, Kamala, she's changed her opinion on a couple of things, or like, you know, her stance on a couple of things that they're talking about. Donald Trump has changed his thoughts and opinions on a lot of shit too. He's easing up on his abortion stance now. He's talking about free IVF and all this stuff. He's apologizing to the Georgia, to the governor or whatever, that Kemp guy or whatever. Trump's like kissing his butt and apologizing to him now. Where just a week ago he hated his guts. He was talking about his wife and everything. So I don't want to hear anyone questioning Kamala, being like, well, why are you changing your, you weren't for fracking, and now you say that you won't take away fracking. And speaking of that, that's basically drilling for oil, right? But like, look at Trump. He doesn't even have a plan when it comes to oil. Or if he does, he's not saying, what does drill baby drill mean? That's just a slogan. That's a saying. That's not a policy. That's just a catchphrase. Drill baby drill. You see the people with them signs saying that shit. But what does that mean? What's the policy? It's just a slogan, just to get people, you know what I mean? So yeah. So I don't want to hear anything more about, she changed her mind on this just last year. She was saying this, and so people can't change their minds. I thought that was a strength. I thought that showed growth, understanding, being humble, being able to learn something else from somebody, take constructive criticism. You're leading the world. Why wouldn't you be flexible and be willing to, you're representing everyone in this whole country, where there's millions and millions or billions or whatever people. Well, I'm talking about one in the United States. You're representing millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of people. Because, some people aren't on a voting age, but, you still represent them too, but you know what I mean. So it's like you can't be, especially in this world nowadays, you have to be willing to adjust to things. Now, you have a firm, you got to stand firm, and if you listen to Kamala, she said, my values haven't changed, but she understands in the world we live, and her being a black woman, she can't get up there and say, I'm going to help poor black people. I'm going to sign the George Floyd Act. Okay, I'm giving y'all reparations. She wouldn't be able to say that. She wouldn't laugh, because white people don't want to hear that. Let's just face it. The majority of people that vote in this country are white people, whether it's a man or a woman, and they don't want to hear that. And there's other people that don't want to hear that, unfortunately, because they think anytime you talk about helping black or brown people, white people their ears are gonna perk up, and they hear it, they look at it as like a handout, and you're just giving everybody everything. You know what I'm saying? So she'll have a tough time just trying to do anything specifically for black people, because it'll get shot down, because white people don't want to hear that. They're going to be like, oh, she's trying to just help all the black people. Yeah. But my point is, I always thought it was a good thing. As a matter of fact, I know it's a good thing for a person to be able to change it. That doesn't mean people can just come to you and say, I do it, and you just change it. It doesn't mean that. It means you're being willing to see things a different way and all that kind of stuff. That's why you have a team. Isn't that why you have a team and other people around? There's no way one person can run the world, make all these decisions by themselves. But at the end of the day, it's a good thing to be able to change your mind and be able to see things a different way if it's for the better of everyone else. I don't want a stubborn-ass president. I don't want a stubborn-ass boss. I want people that are firm and that I know will stand on shit, but I want them to be able to adjust and be able to be like, okay, and see things a different way. As long as it's not detrimental or harmful, or, there's no kind of security risk to our freedom as a country, I'm fine with her adjusting. She said she'd have a Republican in her cabinet. Now, it won't be any kind of Republican, but I could see her having someone like Adam Kinzinger or whatever. What we're calling normal Republicans today. But yeah, and like with these commercials, like I was watching a commercial right now. It's a Donald Trump commercial talking about Kamala, talking about how she's dangerous on the border. Get the fuck out of here. Come on, man. Some of these ads would be just straight up like deceitful, and you'll be sitting there like it's almost like a movie, like these ads on both sides. Like 30% of the ad would be true, and the rest of the 70% would be bullshit. That shouldn't be able to be aired. You're asking people for their donations, their vote, their time, all that stuff. And you want to get up there and lie to people? I'm talking about Trump. That shit should be illegal. Yeah, she killed that interview, though. I like that. She did good. Peace, y'all.
I said the river smells like shit.
Like shitty?
It smells like dead fish.
Like dead fishers. We're about to go on vacation, y'all. T-minus about 10 hours or some shit like that.
Yep, we're gonna leave around noon.
And we're waiting to see who won HOH. Big Brother, too. I just woke up from like about a 2-hour nap. And I'm about to have some, y'all know what I'm about to have? Let me show you. Are
you having some own cafe?
A little own cafe.
At midnight?
Mm-hmm.
You can sleep when you're dead, I guess.
Sleep when you're dead. Well, I did just sleep.
They're after somebody tonight.
For real? The boys.
No, because it smells like dead fish.
Like dead fish out there.
Because I was going to open it and be like, oh, some fresh air.
Mm-hmm.
It smells like dead fish.
You tired at all?
I mean, I'm getting tired, but... Yep, we're going to leave about check-in is at 3.
So I'm anxious about not taking Marley. If I'm just being brutally honest. I told everyone that already.
Totally.
Because see, here's my thing. They are after somebody. They're hunting somebody. Y'all hear that? Hold up, listen. MPD.
I heard it earlier tonight. It's been all night.
Man, don't that go fit the narrative? They're protecting this downtown.
And the east side. Yeah.
And the east side, I mean, you're going to have your little robberies and stuff.
But think about it. There's 2 colleges down here, or 3.
3 in that.
There's
yeah.
MATC, and MATC has student housing now. So the Journal Sentinel building is student housing. MSOE and UWM.
Yeah.
So you want them to protect the area because there's these kids all around, you know.
It's mostly kids. There are some older people doing stuff. But you're right, it's...
No, I mean, there's a lot of students that live down here.
Yeah.
I was when I came back up from running my errands, there was a kid lugging a bunch of shit. I said, moving in? He said, well, moving back. He said, I'm back at school for the fall, so some little white kid. So it's just, like they want to, because if parents want to drop their kids off at these schools down here, they want it to be safe. So, like, it's that ripple effect, like the enrollment goes down if it's more dangerous, people aren't going to want to ship their kids off to these schools if there's bullshit happening. And they're getting heat from the mayor, the police department. Like the cops are getting heat, like...
I don't think the cops are getting heat from Chevy.
Well,
Not like
in a black-white way.
Right, like he ain't really. Yeah,
come on, fellas.
Because in reality, he's with the police. You ain't really ever going to see him do too much to say anything. Is that the word? Disparaging against the
right?
cops?
No, but I mean, like, come on, we're getting a lot of heat. We've got to crack down on this.
Right.
Because, the mayor's probably yelling at the police chief, like, what the fuck?
Doubt it, but...
I'm sure he's not saying the F word.
I doubt he's even...
It makes the mayor look bad if the police department isn't catching people, right? So... He's like, come on, Chief Norman. Let's get it together. Right?
Yeah, pretty much.
So you're circling back, you're apprehensive about leaving Marley?
Yeah. Because my thing is just like, okay, the lady said or whatever said she's allergic. Like, I get that, it's like we're taking a puppy with us, like, he's gonna pee on things indoors, so it's just like the cat is gonna be less, she's gonna spray or piss on things less than he is. She's gonna in actuality be more of an issue than he's gonna pee on things.
But they said
I don't care what they... No, I'm just... Not to you saying it like that. I'm saying I don't care what they say.
They said they have a severe feline allergy.
Well, they wouldn't even... obviously, it wouldn't really affect them because they don't have cats. So it's not like... I'm saying, like, as far as Marley goes, it's not like she would spray or anything in there because if they're allergic to cats, it probably means they don't have any. Right. So it's not like...
She's not going to smell another cat.
Smell another cat in there and start fucking spraying everything.
Right. I mean, they don't know.
Like, the dog is going to pee in the... We're going to have to be worrying about...
We're going to have
a part of our time is going to be spent making sure he's not peeing on their things.
We're going to have to take the pee pads.
So, he's going to ruin shit.
But they don't know that he's a puppy.
And they don't know that she'd be coming either. Unless they're unless they're there when we get there all that type of shit.
I don't think so, because they had 414 numbers. Mm-hmm. When she texted me the security code to get in. And then I had asked her what kind of albums they had, because I saw they had a record player, like, in one of the pictures. So I just asked, like, what kind of albums they had. And so she messaged me back, and it was 414 number. So it's just like a house they own.
So ain't no telling where they actually live. Because, like, I got my phone is a 262 area code number, but I live in Milwaukee.
Right.
Because it's a refurbished phone.
Right.
So that area code that comes up on that doesn't always exactly tell exactly where they live.
True, but they rent this place year round, so doubtful.
Yeah, I was just like, I'm a little like, because she's gonna be here now. We're risking a chance of her being here, all over fucking everything. Because she's going to be distressed if we're not here.
Well, my thought
come back spraying on every fucking thing.
My thought was to shut our bedroom door and that bathroom.
Shut our door.
So she isn't, like, on our bed.
Shit. I'd rather just be in there.
I don't want to close her in one room.
Well, then we should just take her then, if it's all that. Because I don't want her all out in the whole apartment spraying on everything, though.
I mean,
in reality.
She'd be fine in the den because it's as big as, like, almost as big as your old apartment.
No.
No, I mean, like, the living area.
I know what you're saying, though, right.
I mean,
it's not much smaller.
Like, without the kitchen and the bathroom and all
I'm talking about that back room.
Right, I'm saying, like,
it's not much smaller than my apartment.
Right, your living space of your apartment was just a little bit bigger than that.
Music interlude.
I actually think she'll be fine in that room. If we put like one of the fans.
Really sizable advantage. Now, he gets an advantage here on the economy and on the Israel-Hamas war, and his biggest advantage is on immigration down here. But, again, to talk about that movement, this is how high Harris has risen on all of those compared to where Joe Biden was. So that makes a very big difference. And one more thing you have to really look at here.
She has jumped up, Kamala has jumped up at least 5 points in all the 5 major categories that people are, for the issues that people are voting for. She's between 5 and 13% on all 5 of those issues.
Harris represents change. She could bring needed change. And I want to point out this is beyond the margin of error. So how much weight do you put on that? I don't know, but it's a big deal right now.
That is interesting. When it comes to...
She's winning in Georgia, Nevada, Arizona, and she's only 1% down in North Carolina.
Yeah, at least for the moment. We know that Harris is down there pounding.
She's killing it.
Trying to get people out there lit up.
She's smart. She's being tactical.
Move it out into the countryside. Try to get some support out there and at least weaken Trump's support out there, which he believes can work. And
move silent, carry a big stick.
Michigan and Wisconsin and Boston.
Don't nobody care about Trump and Vance coming to Wisconsin. They're desperate now.
Are going to have to be very, very, very busy over the next...
They're desperate.
60, 70 days, whatever it is here. They're going to have to be very, very busy because it's all...
Let me see who I'm going to predict for HOH. Who's going to win HOH tonight?
Keep it a close race on both sides.
I think Chelsea's going to win HOH again for some reason.
That gets them ahead. So we talk about a close...
So I was wrong in my synopsis about Big Brother. I thought Chelsea would win HOH, but I was right out of 2 of the 3 things. I said that Mackenzie would win AI and that Tucker would go home, and I said Chelsea would be the new HOH. I was wrong about that, but I was right about the other 2 things. I predicted all that before everything even happened. So, yeah, but that Quinn is the new HOH. So the coast should be clear for the black people in the house. They shouldn't have to worry about being put on the block. I think Quinn will put up Rubina and probably Angela. Because I think the AI arena's over. It'll be back to just 2 people being on the block, unless there's a double. Well, even then, it's 2 people, but you know what I'm saying. Yeah. Yeah, we're going on vacation this morning. Staycation. It's only a couple hours away where we're going. But, we'll be back like Sunday, late afternoon-ish. We're going to be leaving. Today is Friday. We're going to be leaving, around noon. And then we'll be back like Sunday, like late afternoon. So, like, about a 2.5 day getaway, yeah. And looking forward to that. Little lake house or whatever. I've never done Airbnb or whatever. Is that basically what this is, I guess? So we'll just be chilling. Guess there's like a fenced in like that porched in screen or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Where you're like sitting outside, but you're inside a screen or whatever, so that'll be nice to enjoy that. Maybe do a little bonfire or something. Yeah. And just rest and relaxation. Just get away from the city for a couple of days. Get away from all the political talk and all that. Yeah, just shut all that down for a couple of days and just chill. You know what I'm saying? Listen to some music, some records. Probably won't travel around too much out there because, let's just face it, be honest, we're going to be near the Dells, so we'll be out there by the Whites. So, yeah. So I'm going to pop on the news. I'm going to make some coffee and we'll holler at everyone soon. You know, we probably end up, who knows, we'll probably end up doing some content on the drive there, because it's a couple hours, so, you know, be looking out for some of that maybe. And, you know, maybe we'll podcast while we're there, you know, and just peep the scene, see what's going on. And, yeah, but we're trying to get some content out, you know what I mean? We want to make sure people have some stuff to listen to and chew on, you know, some information or whatever to chew on, you know, while we're not around. Because this will definitely be the last one, though, for the day until probably like around like Tuesday. You know what I mean? So I just want to say, everyone, enjoy your weekend here. Stay safe. Pack your patience if you're driving or flying and all that kind of stuff. And, yeah. And with that, peace. I'm going to let these dogs out and make some coffee and watch the news. Oh, and Kamala's interview went well, too. I'll give it about for a grade, I'll give it a solid B. I'll give it a solid B. B as in bakery. I'll give it a B. And I don't have no issue that she brought her vice president. You know what I mean? It's teamwork. And if I'm correct, I think a lot of presidents have done that before, where they, you know, brought their VP to an interview and stuff. So it's not like it's uncharted territory or something like that's never happened before. So, yeah. All right, y'all. Back to the episode. Enjoy the music, the clips, and the content. And please listen with an open mind. And if you don't have an open mind, or you're not at least willing to listen to information that's factual, even if you don't agree with it, like, you still have to respect the facts. But if you're someone that doesn't, I just don't kind of know what to tell you then. But, yeah, back to the episode.
So, you know, the idea that he's going to throw out this policy proposal, which, by the way, the government paying for or insurance companies being mandated to pay for are two wildly different things. Anybody who lived through the Affordable Care Act fights knows those are different policy proposals. So, I'm not sure this is a serious policy proposal he's putting forward here. But more importantly, from a messaging perspective, this is not going to be sufficient to erase in voters' minds the fact that he is responsible for where we are on reproductive freedom in this country right now, and he has bragged many, many, many times about it. And I think Democrats are going to keep reminding voters of that. They're going to keep reminding suburban women of that. And I don't think this is something that he's going to be able to walk away from.
And speaking of women voters, before you jump in, just the Quinnipiac poll, women and men, how they view Harris versus Trump. Clear sign that there's a 21-point advantage that Harris has over Trump with women. Trump about the similar advantage with men, but that's obviously, if you're the Trump campaign, you got to tighten that margin.
I mean, historic gender gap we're seeing, and the striking thing about this is that reporters have been asking the Trump campaign and Trump about this Florida referendum for a long time.
Yeah, he has still not said.
He has still not said, but now he's sort of tiptoeing and being like, well, I don't like the current policy, but I'm still not going to tell you exactly how I'm going to vote. The fact of the matter is that now it does appear that he is incredibly worried, that the race changed with Biden dropping out and now a woman at the top of the ticket when it comes to abortion rights, especially a woman who has been on the forefront of the administration's push on abortion rights. Clearly, the fact that he did both the Florida and the Florida referendum.
In other words, Kamala is winning. And watch what I say. Mark my words. She's going to beat Donald Trump by a pretty decent margin. I think she's going to win by at least 8 to 10%. At least.
And fracking has unlocked natural resources that help make the United States secure, both from an international perspective and a domestic perspective. I'm here in Tokyo, Japan right now. You pointed out that it's the middle of the night here. I'm halfway around the world. And many other countries look to the United States and the fact that we are the nation that leads the world in the production of renewable energy.
We are almost to our destination. What, about another 30 minutes or something you say, baby?
About that, yep.
Yeah, we are at Truckers Inn Travel Plaza out here near the Dells.
Right.
Getting gas and snacks and piss. You want me to go in? Because we got Chewy in the car.
Yeah, I'll pump gas, and then you can take the card in.
Okay. See how this service is here. Ooh, my battery is dying too. 33%. This one, baby? Alright. Be right back. Huh? Oh, okay. Hello. Use the bathroom before I buy?
Yeah, just wait before the glass door on the right.
Thanks. You said to... Oh. You too, thank you.
Men's room just for the glass door, women's right through the glass door. Oh, okay. Thank you.
Peace, y'all.
I forgot to say.
Blanket for the bed. Cigarettes, piss.
You bought more cigarettes? Cool.
Yeah, I bought another pack. Service was decent. Saw a fruit fly in the bathroom, or a gnat or whatever. At least they had soap in there and shit, so it's decent. Back to the road. We'll be to our destination in about 30 minutes, y'all. Back to the episode.